No, no, no! Not again!
The pregnancy test landed in the trash with a sound like bones breaking. It was negative again. Doris Mabasso pressed her forehead against the bathroom mirror, breath fogging the glass. She was 29 years old, 5 years married with 0 pregnancies. The math was simple, brutal. Her reflection stared back. Dark skin that Min-jun once traced reverently now felt like evidence of difference and failure. The apartment door slammed. He was home early. Doris's hands trembled as she gripped the sink. She'd learned to read his arrivals, the weight of his footsteps, the particular silence before bad news. This silence was heavy. She found him in the living room. His mother sat on the leather sofa, spine rigid, lips curved in something that wasn't quite a smile, more like satisfaction. But there was someone else. A woman. She was a young Korean and she was pregnant. Doris's world tilted sideways. "Sit down, Doris." Min-jun said flatly. "Who is—" Doris couldn't finish the sentence. "This is Ji-won," his mother said, voice dripping with triumph. "She's 4 months pregnant with my grandson." The words hit like a thunderclap. Doris staggered and caught herself on the doorframe. You cheated?" Her voice came out broken and small. Min-jun finally looked at her. His handsome face was blank, carved from stone. "I did what I had to do. You couldn't give me a child. She could. But you told me it takes time, that we'd keep trying." "I lied." He shrugged. "I've been with Ji-won for 6 months. She got pregnant in 2 months. 6 months. While Doris was scheduling ovulation, taking fertility supplements and crying herself to sleep every month, the test came back negative. He was warming another woman's bed. "I want a divorce," Min-jun continued. "Ji-won is moving in next week. You have until Friday." His mother stood, smoothing her expensive hanbok. "Finally, my son has come to his senses." She turned those cold eyes on Doris. 5 years we tolerated this experiment. A black woman? What was he thinking? "I loved him," Doris whispered. "Love?" Min-jun laughed, cruel and sharp. "You were convenient and exotic. You were just a phase. Did you really think we'd accept you? That you'd ever be family?" The pregnant woman, Ji-won, smiled. She looked satisfied. "Sorry. But he needs a real wife now. Real wife." Because Doris was what? Fake? Temporary? "You're barren anyway," his mother added. "You're broken. We gave you a chance and you failed." That word, barren, detonated in Doris's skull. Min-jun gestured to the coffee table. Divorce papers waited, already prepared. "Sign." "Don't make this difficult." Doris's hands shook as she picked up the pen. She should fight and scream. She should remind him of every promise, every night she'd held him through work stress, and every racist family dinner she'd endured with a smile. But what was the point? The pen scratched across paper. Her signature looked foreign, like someone else was signing away her life. "The maid packed your things. They are by the door." 2 suitcases waited in the entryway, her entire life and soul compressed into luggage. As she reached for them, Ji-won spoke. "Oh, and Doris? He was never infertile. That was you. Only you." The door closed behind her with a finality that echoed in her bones. Outside, Seoul's neon signs blurred through her tears. Doors collapsed against the building wall, suitcases forgotten at her feet. Her phone buzzed. It was Susan, her cousin and her lifeline. "He did it," Doris choked out. There's another woman, she's pregnant, he's been cheating for." "Where are you?" "Outside, I don't know where to go." "Stay there, I'm coming right now." While she waited, Doris watched couples pass. Young, happy, belonging. She'd never belonged here. 5 years of pretending, and Seoul had spit her out the moment she failed to produce the one thing that might have made her acceptable. A child. But something else was growing inside her chest. Through the crack of devastation, something cold and sharp began to emerge. Not just heartbreak. It was rage. 24 hours later, everything would change. 24 hours later, she'd meet the devil himself. And he'd be exactly what she needed. "Absolutely not." "No. Are you insane?" Doris stared at her cousin across the tiny studio apartment. If you could even call it that. More like a shoebox with delusions. Susan held up a dress. It was red and expensive, nothing Doris would ever choose. "You need to get out of this tomb. You've been here 3 days. You smell like heartbreak, failure, pick one. Like you've given up." Susan sat beside her on the narrow bed. "Look, I know this sounds crazy, but my friend, she works for this wealthy family. They're having a gathering tonight. Good food, free alcohol, and you don't have to talk to anyone. Just exist somewhere that isn't these 4 gray walls. Doris looked around. 3 days of staring at ceiling cracks, replaying every moment of her marriage and wondering where she'd failed. What if I see someone I know? Someone from Minjun's? In Gangnam? Baby, those people can't afford to breathe that air. Come on, just 2 hours. Then you can come back and be miserable. 2 hours later, Doris found herself in a lounge that screamed wealth. Crystal chandeliers and leather everything. The kind of place where a single drink cost more than her weekly groceries used to. Susan, I really don't. I don't belong here. Shh. Susan gripped her arm suddenly. Oh shit, oh no. Okay, don't panic, but what? What's wrong? That's him. That's Kang Jae-hyun. The name meant nothing to Doris, but the man meant danger. He moved through the crowd like an apex predator in an expensive suit with cold eyes that seemed to calculate the value of every person he passed. 3 massive men flanked him, clearing a path without words. People didn't just move aside, they flinched and averted their eyes. One woman actually trembled. Who is he? Doris whispered. Korea's most powerful mafia boss. Susan's voice dropped to barely audible. My friend's employer, his grandmother. She's been trying to set him up for years, but no one's good enough. No one survives him. Survives? Not like that. I mean, emotionally. He destroys people and makes them fall for him, then, look, it doesn't matter, we're just here for free drinks. But Doris couldn't stop watching him. There was something magnetic about his coldness, the way he commanded space without speaking. Why are we really here, Susan? Her cousin's face went guilty. Okay, so, don't be mad, but my friend might have mentioned you to his grandmother, and she might have, kind of, arranged for you to meet him? You did what? Before Doris could bolt, a server appeared. Miss Mabaso? Mr. Kang will see you now. I'm not, tell him His grandmother insists. Please. The walk to that very important person section felt like marching to execution. Every eye tracked her movement. The only black woman in the room, wearing borrowed confidence and a red dress that suddenly felt too tight. Jae-hyun didn't stand when she arrived. He didn't smile or even acknowledge her immediately. He was reading something on his phone, bored and dismissive. The silence stretched. 10 seconds. 20. 30. Are you going to say anything? Doris finally asked, irritation cutting through fear and humiliation. Jae-hyun glanced up, barely. His eyes swept over her once, clinical and cold, then returned to his phone. He spoke in rapid Korean to the man beside him, not bothering to lower his voice. Why did grandmother set me up with a black woman? What is this, some kind of social experiment? Does she think I need, what? Diversity training? The assistant shifted uncomfortably, whispered back, your grandmother says she's different, real, not like the others. They're all the same. Gold diggers with better stories. Doris understood enough Korean to catch the meaning. Heat flooded her face, humiliation mixing with rage so pure it tasted metallic. She'd spent 3 days believing she was the problem, believing she was broken, worthless, and unlovable. Fuck that. Jae-hyun finally looked at her properly, speaking English with barely their accent. Let me save us both time. I don't date foreigners, I don't do relationships, and I certainly don't waste energy on charity cases who think proximity to power makes them special. So whatever sob story you have. Sob story? Something inside Doris snapped. You arrogant, racist, pathetic. She grabbed her water glass and threw the contents in his face. Time stopped. Water dripped from Jae-hyun's hair, his $1,000 suit. His expression didn't change. It was still blank and cold, but something flickered in his eyes. Surprise, respect, maybe fury. Possibly all 3. The entire lounge went silent. Conversations died mid-sentence. Someone gasped. The 3 bodyguards moved forward, hands inside jackets. Doris didn't care anymore. Let them do whatever they wanted. At least she'd die with her spine intact. Enjoy your lonely, pathetic life, she said clearly, voice steady despite her shaking hands. Then turned and walked out. Behind her, chaos erupted. Susan scrambling after her, apologizing frantically in Korean, security moving. Outside, cool air hit Doris's face. Her hands trembled violently now. Had she just assaulted a mafia boss? Was she about to disappear into the Han River? But beneath the fear, she felt something she hadn't felt in years. She felt powerful. Excuse me, dear. Doris spun. An elderly woman stood in the lounge entrance. Tiny but commanding, wearing designer hanbok and a smile that was equal parts warm and terrifying. You have fire, the woman said in accented English. Perfect. Exactly what my grandson needs. You will date him for 6 months. Doris stared. I'm sorry, what? 6 months. I want public dates. You will be compensated $50,000 monthly. And you, the grandmother's smile sharpened, you will teach him to remember his humanity. Or I disown him and give everything to his useless cousin. He has until morning to agree. I didn't agree. You will. You're smart. You need money. He needs someone who doesn't fear him. The old woman turned back inside. The car comes at 9 a.m. Don't be late. She disappeared. Doris looked at Susan. Susan looked at Doris. What? Doris said slowly. Just happened? Her phone buzzed. An unknown number sent a text. 9 a.m. Don't make me come get you. KJ. Hey, quick question before we continue. Are you Team Doris or Team Jae-hyun so far? Drop a comment. And if you're loving this chaos, hit that like button. The men came at dawn. Doris woke to pounding that rattled her apartment's thin walls, heart hammering against her ribs. Through the peephole she saw 2 mountains in black suits. Miss Mabaso, Mr. Kang requests your immediate presence. Requests. Such a polite word for kidnapping. 30 minutes later, still in yesterday's wrinkled clothes, no coffee and no time to process, Doris sat in a glass office 70 floors above Seoul. Jae-hyun stood at the window, back to her. He was silent. The city sprawled below like a circuit board, beautiful and completely indifferent to human suffering. You have 2 choices. His voice was flat, devoid of emotion. Doris's skin prickled. This was a man who'd done this before, delivered ultimatums and controlled lives. Sign the contract on my desk, or I make your remaining time in Korea a living hell. Your visa expires in 6 weeks. Finding work without sponsorship? He turned slowly. I'll make it impossible. 1 phone call to the right people and every door in Seoul closes. You'll be deported within the month, broke and humiliated. Again. The casual cruelty took her breath away. Is this how you treat all your dates? Doris asked, exhaustion making her reckless. Threats, and only the ones stupid enough to assault me in public. Something flickered across his face. My grandmother has decided you're my new project. I disagree. But she controls 40% of my operations. So here we are, forced to tolerate each other. He gestured to the mahogany desk. A contract waited, thick as a Bible. Doris picked it up. 6 months. Public appearances as his girlfriend. Monthly compensation, $50,000. Her breath caught. 50,000. That was everything. Visa, apartment, and dignity. I'm not a prostitute, she said quietly. No, you're worse. Jae-hyun moved closer, and the temperature seemed to drop 10 degrees. You're an obligation, a test I didn't ask for. My grandmother thinks you'll... What, soften me? Teach me compassion? He laughed, bitter and hollow. You're a social experiment, nothing more. Each word was surgical, designed to cut. So here's the deal. 6 months of pretending you're someone I'd willingly spend time with. In return, you get money. And the privilege of telling people you once dated me. Most women would kill for that opportunity. Most women have standards, Doris shot back. His eyebrow raised. Do they? Then why are you still sitting here? Because she had nowhere else to go. Because Min-jun had left her with nothing. Because pride didn't pay rent. Doris picked up the pen. 6 months, she said. Then I never see your face again. Jae-hyun's lips curved. It was not quite a smile, just a mocking smirk. Let's see if you survive that long. Week 1 was psychological warfare. On Monday, Jae-hyun took her to an upscale restaurant in Gangnam. The hostess looked through Doris like glass. Table for 1, Mr. Kang? 2. His voice was bored. Obviously, they were seated in the back, the section for foreigners, for people who didn't belong. The waitstaff spoke only Korean, deliberately ignoring Doris's attempts to order. Jae-hyun watched silently, testing her. Heat climbed Doris's neck, humiliation mixing with rage, but she wouldn't break. She switched to flawless Korean. I'll have the Hanwoo beef medium rare, seasonal vegetables, your most expensive wine, and... She smiled sweetly at the waiter. I assume you understand me now? The waiter's eyes widened. Jae-hyun's expression shifted to surprise, then he quickly masked it. Doris ate slowly, deliberately, maintaining eye contact with staff who tried to diminish her. She tipped 30%. Outside, Jae-hyun spoke for the first time in an hour. Your Korean is better than expected. I'm full of surprises. You'll learn that. Or you won't. Either way, I don't care. Something flickered in his eyes. Respect? Annoyance? Both? On Wednesday, he ghosted her completely. She received no calls and no messages. By Friday, Doris had convinced herself the contract was void, that his grandmother had changed her mind. Then his driver appeared at 3 a.m. Mr. Kang requests your presence. Doris waited 4 hours in an empty parking garage. Dawn broke and he never showed. On Saturday, the driver took her to Itaewon, not the tourist district but deeper, where neon signs advertised things that weren't quite legal. He took her to an underground fight club with blood, sweat, testosterone, and raw violence. Doris was the only woman, the only black person. Men stared. Some laughed, others said things in Korean. Foreign whore. Wonder what disease she has. Bet Kang's just using her. Jae-hyun sat in very important person surrounded by associates. He didn't acknowledge her arrival. Doris could have left. Instead, she sat down and started betting. She'd grown up in Johannesburg's townships, reading people was survival. She watched fighters' stances, breathing patterns, micro-expressions before strikes. She made use of psychology over strength. She won. Then, she won again. By the third fight, even Jae-hyun was watching her instead of the ring. When she cashed out, triple her initial stake, she walked past his table. "You're not like other women," he said. Doris stopped, turned and held his gaze. "And you're exactly like other men. Cruel, predictable, and boring." Behind her, one of his associates choked on his drink. For the first time in years, Kang Jae-hyun smiled. A real smile, but it was dangerous. By week 3, Doris had stopped waiting for Jae-hyun's calls. She got a job at Seoul National University Hospital as a translator for international patients. The pay was modest, but it was hers. It was earned, not given by men who resented her existence. She started rebuilding. Jae-hyun's spy, a quiet man who followed her everywhere, reported back, "She's not chasing you, she's moved on." This bothered Jae-hyun more than it should. On Thursday afternoon, Doris was at the nurse's station when she felt eyes on her back. Jae-hyun leaned against the wall, arms crossed. Still wearing that mask, cold and unreadable. "You missed our date last night," he said. Doris didn't look up. "You never scheduled one. I have a life now, remember? The thing you don't have? My grandmother asked about you. Tell her I'm surviving. Now leave. I have patients who actually need me." A child's voice stopped them. "Wow, you're so pretty." A Korean boy, maybe 7, stared at Doris with unfiltered wonder. "Like a princess. Are you from Wakanda? Do you know Black Panther?" Warmth bloomed in Doris's chest. She knelt down. "Not quite, sweetheart. I'm from South Africa, but we are pretty cool." "That's so cool. Do you?" His mother appeared, yanking him back violently. "Yeah. Didn't I tell you? Don't talk to those people. Don't you dare!" She dragged the crying boy away. His small voice echoed, "But Ioma, she was nice. I don't care. People like her. They're not like us. They're..." The words faded, but the damage was done. The hallway went silent. Nurses looked away, embarrassed but not enough to intervene. Doris remained kneeling, frozen. 5 years in Seoul. 5 years and it never stopped. Her vision blurred. When she stood, Jae-hyun was staring at her differently. The mask had cracked. "How do you stand it?" he asked quietly. "You get used to being treated like you don't belong. Eventually you stop expecting anything different. You just survive. That's not living. No, but it's all I have." For a moment neither moved. Something unspoken passed between them. Then Jae-hyun's phone rang. His expression shuddered. "I have to go, but..." He hesitated. "Take care of yourself." "Why do you care?" Doris spat. "Just do it." Doris left the hospital at 2 a.m. Budget cuts meant skeleton staff. They came from nowhere, 3 men in leather jackets. The leader had a scar bisecting his eyebrow. "You're Kang Jae-hyun's new whore?" He spoke Korean slowly and deliberately. Pretty, exotic. Like a pet. Doris's pulse hammered. "I don't know what you're talking about." "Don't lie." Another man circled behind her, boxing her into the alley. "We've been watching. Tell Kang Jae-hyun the Park family is coming for him, starting with everything he values." The scarred leader pulled a knife. It was small and serrated. Training kicked in. Doris dropped her bag, shifted weight, and drove her elbow into the first man's solar plexus. He gasped, stumbling. But there were 3 of them. Hands grabbed her arms. She screamed and twisted. A fist connected with her ribs and pain exploded, white, hot pain. The knife glinted. Then carnage. Jae-hyun appeared like death itself. No warning, just sudden, devastating violence. He moved like water, like a demon. Each strike precise. brutal. Bone cracked and blood sprayed. His face remained blank even as he destroyed them. 30 seconds later and 3 men were unconscious. Jae-hyun straightened his jacket, made a call, clean up. Now, and find out who sent them. He turned to Doris. Blood speckled his white shirt. Can you walk? Her legs buckled. He caught her gently, despite the violence coating his hands. Don't, she started. Shut up. He lifted her easily, carrying her to a black car. They went to his penthouse, glass, steel, Seoul glittering below. Jae-hyun set her on the sofa, retrieved a first aid kit. His hands, those same hands that had just beaten men unconscious, cleaned her split lip with unexpected gentleness. Why did you come? Doris whispered, shaking from adrenaline. Jae-hyun focused on her wounds. I had you followed for protection, because my world, people I've destroyed, they look for weaknesses. I'm not. You are. He looked up, mask gone. Those men. They touched what's mine. I'm not yours, not yet. His voice was rough. But I'm starting to wish you were. That's when Doris saw them, scars covering his back, burns, whip marks, and old wounds healed wrong. Her hand reached out. Who did this to you? Jae-hyun jerked away violently, wall slamming back up. Get out! What? No, I said get out! His voice cracked. Now! Doris left, confused and aching, but something had changed, something dangerous had started, and neither of them could stop it. Wait, before you keep reading, we need to know, where in the world are you watching from? Drop your country in the comments. We have viewers from over 50 countries and we want to know where our soulmates are. Comment below right now. Week 6 arrived with blood and chaos. Gang war had been brewing, territorial disputes and old grudges festering. The Park family, furious about their hospitalized men, struck back hard. Doris was at the hospital when Jae-hyun's call came. His voice was different, stripped of control, raw with something she'd never heard. Fear, I need you. Please, now. He's dying, Doris. He's my brother and he's... The line was cut off. She'd heard gunfire in the background. She should have said no. She should have remembered. His world was violence, and she'd already been hurt enough. But she grabbed her medical bag and ran. The safe house was hell. Blood pooled on expensive hardwood. Men shouted in Korean, panic edging their voices, and on the floor, bleeding from multiple gunshot wounds, was Do-hyun, Jae-hyun's second-in-command. The man who'd always been kind to her, who'd slipped her extra food at that first fight club, who'd smiled and said, "Don't let the boss scare you, he's just broken." Doris. Jae-hyun's face was pale, hands shaking. Please, he's my brother. Not by blood, but I can't lose him. Please. She'd seen Jae-hyun cold, cruel, and dangerous, but she'd never seen him begging or desperate. She'd never seen him scared until now. Doris dropped beside Do-hyun. How long ago was he shot? 10 minutes. Maybe 15. I wasn't there. Stop. I need towels and boiling water. Move that light closer. And everyone shut up, I can't think. Outside, gunfire still echoed. Someone screamed and glass shattered. Doris blocked it all out. Johannesburg emergency rooms had trained her for this. Gunshot wounds on Saturday nights, stab wounds, trauma that would break most people. This was terrible but familiar. Her hands moved, compressing wounds, finding the bullet entry points and assessing damage. He's lucky. The bullet missed major arteries. But he's losing too much blood. Do you have... Whatever you need, Jae-hyun said. Whatever it takes. 2 hours later, Do-hyun was stable. Jae-hyun's men stared at her like she'd performed resurrection. One crossed himself. Catholic, maybe. Another bowed deeply. Boss, one whispered in Korean. You didn't just find a woman, you found a warrior. Dawn broke pink and gold. Doris and Jae-hyun stood on his rooftop, clothes stiff with dried blood. You didn't have to save him, Jae-hyun said quietly. I save everyone, even people who work for assholes, even... She paused. Even assholes themselves sometimes. He laughed, his first ever genuine laugh ever since she knew him. Why do you stay in Korea? He asked suddenly. After everything. Your divorce, the racism, me treating you like garbage for weeks, why? Doris considered lying. Because running away means they win, she said finally. Every person who called me inappropriate or looked at me like I was dirt. Every family dinner where your racist relatives whispered. Every waiter who pretended not to understand my Korean. If I leave, they get to believe they were right, that I didn't belong, that I was the problem. She met his eyes. I belong wherever I decide I belong, and I'm not letting anyone tell me different. Not anymore. Jae-hyun stared at her. "You're extraordinary, terrifying, and extraordinary." He kissed her. It was not soft but desperate and hungry. 6 weeks of tension exploded. Doris kissed back, fisting his blood-stained shirt and pulling him closer. This was wrong, dangerous, and reckless. But she'd spent so long being careful. She was done. When they broke apart, foreheads pressed together, both breathing hard. "This is a mistake," Jae-hyun whispered. "Probably. I'm going to hurt you. My world, it's violence, it's death. People I've destroyed will come for you. Then don't let them. Protect me better. Be smarter. Be more careful with me. I can't promise that. I can't promise anything except..." He pulled back, looked at her. "Except that I'm falling for you, and it terrifies me more than anything ever has." At week 8, they were at the private beach house. Over wine and candlelight, Jae-hyun told her everything. His father was a mafia boss who'd married a black American woman, Jae-hyun's mother. They thought love would be enough, he said. It wasn't. When Jae-hyun was 10, rival families, enraged at contaminated bloodlines, burned his mother alive. They made him watch. "They tied me to a chair," he said, voice dead, "made me watch her burn. She screamed my name over and over. 'Jae-hyun, help me, please.' And I couldn't. I was 10 and I couldn't." Doris's throat constricted. "My father went insane. He blamed me and said I should have protected her somehow. I was just a child." He laughed bitterly. "The scars on my back? His work. Punishment for failing her, for existing, for reminding him every day that love destroyed everything." "How did you—" "I killed him! I was 17 years old! I put a bullet in his head while he slept." Jae-hyun met her eyes. "I took over his empire and made it stronger. I made sure no one could ever hurt me again." "Your grandmother?" "She raised me after. She taught me that love is a weakness and power is everything. I learned to never let anyone matter more than survival, and now she suddenly wants to tame me." Doris understood now. "I looked like your mother. Yes. Same skin, same strength. That's why I hated you. You reminded me of her, of love and what it costs." "Love isn't weakness," Doris whispered. "It got my mother killed. Then be smarter than your father. Don't let it. I'm falling in love with you." His voice cracked. "And I don't know how to do this without destroying everything." They made love that night, slow, tender, and desperate. Outside, unknown to them, a private investigator hired by Min-jun, Doris's ex-husband, took photos. And inside the car, Min-jun stared at the images on his phone with disbelief. Doris was dating the powerful mafia boss? He'd had her followed for weeks and watched her fall for the mafia boss, and now regret was gnawing in his throat. His doctor's voice echoed, severely low sperm count, nearly zero motility. "I'm sorry, Mr. Lee. The infertility was always your fault. You're impotent." He remembered the betrayal he suffered when he realized that Ji-won's pregnancy was not actually his. She'd deceived him, and he'd chased Doris away for no reason. Min-jun's hands trembled. He'd destroyed his marriage, humiliated Doris, and called her Barren. And it was him. Always him. He made a call. "Detective Kim? I have information on Kang Jae-hyun, everything, his operations, his crimes. I want immunity, and I want..." He stared at Doris's image. "I want her back." At week 12, Doris vomited for the third morning straight. Mrs. Kim, a motherly hospital nurse, pressed a pregnancy test into her hands. "Just check, honey." Doris stared at the box. It was impossible. She'd suffered 5 years of negative tests, but she took it. 2 pink lines appeared. The floor was cold against her knees. Doris collapsed, unable to process reality. Mrs. Kim found her 20 minutes later. "Oh, honey, is it happy news?" Doris couldn't speak. She waited for the doctor's confirmation. 8 weeks, perfectly healthy. 8 weeks! That meant Jae-hyun's. Doris sobbed. Years of pain, of believing herself broken, was all lies. It was Min-jun's fault all those years ago. It had to be. At week 13, she walked to Jae-hyun's office and met a tense meeting with 12 allied families. Doris interrupted without knocking. 12 men turned, shocked. "Not now, Doris. We're discussing. I'm pregnant." Silence crashed through the room. Jae-hyun's face went blank. The seconds stretched, then he stood, walked around his desk and dropped to his knees. He pressed his forehead against her stomach. "Marry me. Not because of the contract, not because of my grandmother, because I can't breathe without you. Because you're carrying my heart." His men looked away. "Yes," Doris whispered. The engagement party was spectacular. Seoul's elite, criminal and legitimate, filled the venue. Doris wore gold silk, her small bump visible. She beamed at everyone proudly. Mrs. Kim was there, beaming. Do-hyun grinned. About time, boss. Then the doors burst open. Min-jun stumbled in, disheveled and desperate. Security moved, but Jae-hyun raised his hand. Let him speak. Let everyone witness this pathetic man. Min-jun's eyes found Doris. His eyes moved from her bump to the ring on her finger. Doris, please, I need to. I went to the doctor for fertility testing. The room held its breath. I'm impotent. I have severely low sperm count. Apparently, I've had it for years. It was always me, never you. I destroyed everything because I... His voice cracked. Please, give me another chance. We could adopt IVF. Anything. You're 6 months too late, Doris said. Min-jun stared at her stomach. That child should have been mine. We could have... She's mine now. Jae-hyun stepped forward. You threw away a diamond because you were too cowardly to admit your own failure. You don't love her! Min-jun's desperation turned ugly. You're a criminal. How long before your enemies kill her and that baby? Jae-hyun moved like lightning, hand around Min-jun's throat, lifting him off the ground. Touch her again, even look at her wrong, I'll kill you slowly. In front of everyone. He gestured to the room. And no one will stop me. The crowd, criminals, corrupt officials, businessmen, nodded agreement. Jae-hyun, don't. Doris touched his arm. He's not worth it. He never was. Jae-hyun held Min-jun suspended for 5 more seconds, face turning purple, then dropped him. Min-jun gasped on the marble floor. Leave! Pray I never see you again! Security dragged him out, broken, humiliated, and destroyed. In Jae-hyun's penthouse, 6 months pregnant now, watching the sunset paint Seoul gold and crimson. They'd won. Min-jun had disappeared. Rumor said he'd fled to China. The Park family had backed off after Jae-hyun destroyed 3 of their operations in one night. Do-hyun was fully recovered. The wedding was planned for next month. Everything was perfect. Too perfect. You're thinking too loud, Jae-hyun said, wrapping his arms around her from behind, hands settling protectively over her belly. I'm just... happy. Is that allowed? It's mandatory. He kissed her neck. I told you, no one touches what's mine. Doris turned in his arms. I love you. You know that. I know. I love you too, both of you. He pressed his forehead to hers. I never thought I'd get this. Family, peace, and happiness. You deserve it, do I? His expression darkened slightly. After everything I've done, all the people I've... Yes. Doris cupped his face. You deserve it. We both do. His phone rang. The caller ID showed an unknown number. Jae-hyun frowned and answered. Who is this? Doris watched his face drain of color. His hands began to shake. What? He whispered. That's impossible. She's... No, you're lying. Jae-hyun? Doris gripped his arm. What's wrong? He lowered the phone slowly, staring at nothing. My mother. She's alive. The world stopped. What? That's... You said she died. You watched her. I thought I did. His voice was hollow. But that wasn't her. It was... someone else. And she's been in hiding for 25 years, and now... He looked at Doris, eyes wide with shock and something else. Fear. Now she wants to meet you tonight alone. Why alone? Jae-hyun's jaw tightened. Because she says if I come, if anyone else comes, she disappears again forever. And... His voice cracked. And she says she has information. About who really killed the woman I thought was her. About who's been pulling strings this entire time. About... His phone buzzed again. A photo arrived in his inbox. Doris leaned in to look. The photo showed a black woman, older and scarred, but unmistakably similar to the photos Jae-hyun had shown Doris of his mother. She was standing in front of a familiar building. Doris's hospital. The message read, Come alone, Doris. Room 304. 1 hour. If Jae-hyun follows, you'll never see me again. And you'll never know the truth about Ji-won, about your cousin, and about why your marriage to Min-jun was never an accident. They've been watching you since you were born. Min-hae-jin. Doris's blood froze. Ji-won? What does she have to do with this? I don't know. Jae-hyun grabbed his jacket. But I'm not letting you go alone. This could be a trap. The Park family could be behind this. She knows things about my family, about me, about... Doris's hand went to her belly. What if she's telling the truth? Then we go together. She said if you come, she disappears, and we lose the only person who might have answers. They stared at each other. Jae-hyun's hands fisted. I can't lose you, not after everything. If something happens, I will never forgive myself. Nothing will happen. It's a hospital. It's public and safe. Nothing is safe in my world. Then maybe I need to stop living in your world and start making my own choices. Doris's voice was firm. I'm going, Doris. This is my life too, my choices and our baby's future. She kissed him. Trust me, 1 hour. If I'm not back, come find me. She left before he could stop her. Seoul National University Hospital, room 304. Doris pushed open the door, heart hammering. The room was empty and dark, just a hospital bed, and the door slammed shut behind her. Lights came on. Ji-won sat in the corner, very much not pregnant anymore. She had a flat stomach and a cold smile. Hello, Doris, surprise. Doris's hand flew to the door handle. It was locked. Sit down, Ji-won said calmly. We need to talk. About your baby, about Jae-hyun's mother, and about the fact that everything, and I mean everything, has been a lie. She held up her phone. On the screen, a video of Susan, Doris's cousin, tied to a chair crying. Before you try anything stupid, Ji-won continued. Know that I have 5 people at your cousin's location. 1 word from me and she dies, so sit down. Doris sat, hand protectively over her belly. Good. Now let me tell you a story about your husband-to-be. About his mother who isn't dead. About your father, yes, your father, the one you never met, who worked for the Park family. About how you and Jae-hyun were never a coincidence. Ji-won leaned forward. You were designed to fall in love with him. Bred for it, actually. Your mother didn't just happen to meet your father in South Africa. It was arranged. Just like Min-jun didn't just happen to meet you in Seoul. Just like I didn't just happen to get pregnant. Doris felt sick. You're insane. Am I? Then explain why your mother never told you about your father. Why she made you promise never to look for him. Why she sent you to Korea for nursing school when there were better programs in South Africa. Ji-won smiled. Your whole life has been preparation for this moment, for destroying Jae-hyun from the inside, and now you're pregnant with his child. The final piece, I don't believe you. You don't have to. Ji-won stood. Jae-hyun's mother will explain everything. If you want to meet her, the real her, not the woman who died, you'll come with me, now. Tell Jae-hyun nothing. If you do, Susan dies. If you refuse, Susan dies. If you try to fight, she patted her flat stomach. I was never pregnant, Doris. It was a prosthetic. My baby is safe at home. Is yours? Doris's hand covered her belly protectively. So here's your choice, Ji-won said softly. Come with me. Meet the woman who's been orchestrating your entire life. Learn the truth about why you exist, or refuse, and watch everyone you love die wondering if I was telling the truth. Doris's phone buzzed. It was Jae-hyun. Where are you? It's been 45 minutes. I'm coming. Choose, Ji-won whispered. Now, when your entire life is a lie, who do you trust? When love might be manipulation, what is real? When the past refuses to stay buried, how do you protect your future? Some secrets should stay hidden or they might just end up destroying you forever. Wait, what? Ji-won was never pregnant? Doris's whole life was planned? Jae-hyun's mom is alive? If your brain just exploded, drop a fire emoji in the comments right now. Okay, but real talk, do you think Ji-won is telling the truth, or is this just mind games? Do you think Jae-hyun's mother is really alive? And what is Doris going to choose? Comment your theories below because I need to know what you're thinking. If you're not subscribed yet, what are you even doing with your life? Hit that subscribe button because episode 2 is going to answer all these questions and probably give you 10 more. Share this with someone who loves plot twists that make your head spin. And smash that like button if this ending just destroyed you. Team Doris should go with Ji-won, or Team Doris should run to Jae-hyun? Comment now. See you in episode 2, where everything you thought you knew gets flipped upside down.